Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Box Seats. This is the show where we talk about sports with comedians, and we got some comedians lined up. First up is my man, Mr. Daniel Dugar. He travels the world all the time. Double D, how you doing? I know you on the ship doing all that stuff, bro. How's everything?
What's up, good brother Frank? Hey, man, I just want to apologize in advance. You may hear noises because this AC, there's no way I could turn it off. So I just want to give you a heads up.
Well, it's all good, bro. It's all good. Also, another worldwide known comedian who's in the business, travels the world and films and all that other stuff. Mr. Rodney Perry is in the building. RP, how you doing, sir? How's everything, bro?
What's up, gentlemen? How y'all doing today?
We doing all right. We doing all right. Listen, there's a lot of stuff that's jumped off. You know, being that this is the show called Box Seats, where we talk about sports with comedians. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. And being that Daniel Dugar is a huge Golden State Warriors fan, and Rodney Perry is a huge Los Angeles Lakers fan, I'm going to be interested in hear what you guys got to say today, because I'm a Celtics fan, so we got a lot of stuff to bounce off what's going to happen in the league. So first off, let's jump off and let me ask Double D. Yesterday we all heard the news. Jimmy Butler got traded to your favorite team from the Miami Heat, and I ain't gonna lie, dude, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Honestly, I didn't see that happening at all because I didn't think that they'd be able to make the contract work, and there's a lot of stuff that happened behind the scenes. But first off, what was your initial reaction, Daniel, to obviously hearing Jimmy Butler got traded to Golden State Warriors?
First of all, what's up, Rodney? Good to see you, brother.
I got.
I didn't see it happening either, Frank. I just don't. I felt this way when KD came to Golden State, but we saw what happened because I just feel the Warriors are desperate at this time because there's really not anybody out there with the contracts that they have and the players that they have that they can actually kind of move around. If we get the baller Butler, then we got another dog on the team. But how is he going to work in the Warriors system? Will he work in the Warriors system? He has a high basketball IQ, so maybe he will. But if we get the locker room Butler from Minnesota, Philly, and Miami, it's going to be a problem. And will he and Draymond clash, or will him and Draymond be the same? So it's too early to say, man. I was hoping they was going to get a big guy to go with Butler, but we'll see, man. I mean, I don't think they're in any better position, but I think Butler is more aggressive and more of a dog than Wiggins.
Okay, RP. You hear the same thing. We've been talking about Jimmy Butler getting moved, but we didn't say. I mean, we casually talked about Golden State, but we would think he was gonna get somewhere else. How, being a Lakers fan and being that the Lakers is building up, we're gonna get to the Lakers in a second, but what they did. How are you feeling right now about Golden State's, and they did something, but they lost Andrew Wiggins too, RP. What's your take?
Hey, man, Jimmy Butler is an absolute dog. He's the guy that is not going to be intimidated. Not by Pat Riley, not by Draymond Green. And so if that's a problem, Draymond need to get his mind together, because Jimmy Butler ain't about to get punched in the face.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You write that down somewhere. But I like Jimmy Butler. I like playoff Jimmy to the Warriors. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Because it take a little pressure off Steph. He's a game time guy. He's a big play guy, and he gives a sense of somebody else that can finish. He finishes around the basket. He goes to the hole, and he's not just a jump shooter. I like Jimmy Butler to the Warriors, man. I think it's a good look.
Double D. Here's the problem that neither one of you guys mentioned, though, is dude got a contract extension and got a raise. You know what I mean? He basically went from 50.
I mean, he ain't got paid in 10 weeks, though.
That's true, but Double D, he went from 50 mil to 60.5.
He ain't been paid in 10 weeks.
Yeah. What's your take on the Ghost giving him that money?
With that extension, that tells me that Kuminga could be traded
Yeah.
and possibly get something for him with the package deal. But the Warriors are really trying to win next season. But if they get in the playoffs, what Rodney said, if he and Draymond get along, which I hope they will, and I really didn't see this happening.
Draymond's going to respect him, dude. Draymond's going to respect him.
I know he will. I know he will. But I'm saying if they get in the playoffs, they could be scary. They could be scary. They could be scary.
They could, RP, but at the end of the day, does this look like a good look across the league when he held out and then he ended up by holding out, he got a $10.5 million raise and 2-year extension that he was trying to get to, obviously, from the Miami Heat. That's what he was trying to get from jump. He was trying to get an extension, and he did. And he went to
I think we're seeing a standoff between the ownership and GM management and the players. Of course, we saw guys like LeBron kind of initiate the power of the player. And a lot of people, even us regular people, don't like to see the players with power because we've seen so many years when they had no power. I love it. I love the players having power, man. It's like if slavery would have happened and the slaves could be like, no, I'm going to this plantation. And it's really kind of a thing now that we're saying. I'm glad to see Jimmy Butler was able to withstand it because you don't know how a man's family is set up when you get suspended and there's no money coming in. Like, how have you managed your money up to this point? Can you hold out for a couple of weeks? Can you hold out for a month? Can you take not getting paid? Can you take not playing the game? And so it's been dope to watch. And I'm glad he was able to withstand, man, because that could have been really detrimental to him and his family.
And Double D, the issue that nobody's talking about that I think is a real big, huge pinnacle issue is since Kevin Durant was part of that initial trade to go back to Golden State, that's the thing that basically sent Jimmy Butler to Golden State because Kevin Durant nixed that deal that Phoenix was trying to move him, and he was going to end up back and be reunited with Golden State. So my question to you, Double D, is now since Kevin Durant now knows he's about to be traded, where do you think he's going to be traded to?
I don't even care where Kevin Durant go. Him and 50 Cent need to hang out together because they too sensitive. They need to really practice some emotional intelligence. First of all, KD should have never left Golden State. He's not a leader.
It wasn't his fault.
I know it wasn't his fault, but still the same. That's locker room shit, man. Like, Rodney, if you fired on me or I fired on you, and the village got us together and we realized we was on some other shit and we made a mistake.
Right.
I'm willing to forgive you for swinging on me. I'm willing to forgive you for talking shit about me because we're in the game in the heat of the moment. It's emotional. That's all. Ron said something about the players having power.
Right.
I don't believe balance is a good thing because when you have balance, that means you have no passion to push something more than the other thing. You just cool and you content with that. I think KD. I don't think KD is ever going to win a championship.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Again.
Yeah. Again. Yeah. So. RP, talk to me, man. Tell me your thoughts on this because obviously the whole thing started with what people are not really talking about. The whole thing started with Kevin Durant by not agreeing to go to Golden State. The whole thing started from that.
Well, Kevin Durant said he's not interested at all about going to Golden State, going back to Golden State, and Golden State is still a great fit for him even now. Mm-hmm. Even now, it's a great fit for him. But I'm telling you, and I hear what Dugar is saying about. You kind of figure out a way to deal with it and squash it. But when you come in and the guy's got an attitude from day one, man, F that dude, man. F Draymond. I don't want to be in the same room with him because I'm going to kill him. and I think that's the problem. I think Draymond Green is the problem. Draymond Green is not only the problem, he ain't no Cole Hooper no more.
Uh-huh.
So you really need to sit down somewhere and shut up.
Do you remember, Frank, when I had said Golden State should get rid of Draymond?
Of course,
I
yeah,
think it was
yeah,
on your show. Rodney,
yeah,
I think you remember that. I said the Warriors need to trade. They need to go like this with Draymond.
yeah.
He's a problem now, man. He's the main one.
Yes.
He's the reason they can't
Yeah.
get a guy like Kevin Durant. That's it. He's the problem.
Right.
So
Right.
do you think honestly the issue is behind the scenes is that management is having an issue trying to separate from Draymond Green because they could have attracted a couple of big players.
This is the thing. This is the thing. Wow, man. Wow, you asking some great questions because me and my cousin Derek was talking like 2 hours ago about this. He says Golden State loyalty really is to Stephen Curry.
Yeah.
They're going to do everything in their power to make him untouchable, undesirable to another team.
But Steph has loyalty to Draymond. Steph has loyalty to Draymond.
Hold on, Rodney. Hold on.
Let me finish, and that's where I was going. But
Yeah.
because of the relationship that Steph has with Draymond, they had to sign him. They signed a player to an extension that they didn't even want. They like, man, let's get rid of. But Steph say, man, if y'all move him, hey, I don't think I'm gonna re-up.
So D, basically what you're saying is that Golden State is willing to have it be a detriment to themselves and the franchise to almost to no end of what they're willing to do because of their loyalty. So when does that end? And when and where? Because we both know they're on their decline. Steph and Draymond on their decline. And they traded away
Go
ahead.
Draymond put the Warriors in a hostage situation. Now, what I'm hoping to see is that JB balls out with Steph to where Steph can say, if we can trade Kuminga and Draymond to somewhere where we can get that big man, go ahead and let him go because we just signed him to an extension. I'm on an extension. I think we can win with this right here. Now you can go ahead and just let Draymond go.
Yeah, you can. Rodney Perry, floor is yours, bro. What's your thoughts?
I mean, again, man, I concur with Dugar. I believe that the organization, which you don't see nowadays, has loyalty to a Steph Curry, and Steph has loyalty to a Draymond Green as his enforcer for the last decade. You know, Draymond stood in between everybody that would push little Steph around. Draymond would get in between that. That's my guy. I'm not going to war without my guy. You know, until you give me another guy.
Mm-hmm.
Is Jimmy Butler that guy? I don't think Jimmy Butler is that guy. Jimmy Butler is about he about himself. Jimmy Butler like playing dominoes with a guy that don't know how to hold a man. You got to know he's all about himself. But I will say this. I think we've seen the best out of the Warriors. They're primed for overhaul. And Steph is still good enough to be at the center of that overhaul. But guys like Draymond, all that old guard got to go. The young boy the other young boy that Draymond ran out of town. That kid was good. That kid could have been a part of the future.
Jordan Poole?
Jordan Poole could have been part of the Golden State Warriors future.
Go ahead.
And I think Kuminga, as athletic as he is, his basketball IQ isn't there all the way, and he's not moving along fast enough for them to just go like this with Draymond and get rid of it.
Yeah, but what neither one of you all are saying, and I'm trying to get you all to lead there and everything else, is that how far will Golden State go to mortgage their future for their present day when
they're not gonna upset Steph? Period.
Yeah, but okay.
Unless I agree with Rodney 100%, unless Curry for some reason gets on a great side with JB and JB becomes that new protector.
All right, well, Duga, check this out. We all know no matter how great a player you are, there comes a time when you have to move on from the organization. The organization has to move on from you because of financial or whatever. So you were positioning it right now by saying it's obviously Draymond Green. What if Golden State sees the future and maybe they sit back and say, you know what, we can get a king's ransom for Steph. Do you think that's a possibility? Because honestly, I ain't gonna lie. If I'm them,
Steph is going to pull a Kobe Bryant. He is going to retire a Warrior, but I believe Draymond Green will be traded this summer.
okay. Well, I believe Rodney Perry. I believe if I think dude God's right, but if Rodney Perry, if I'm Golden State Warriors, right, I'm looking at it right now saying Steph he's happy to be here, but we get a king's ransom. We got rid of Wiggins is gone. Kuminga might be really gone. I mean, you don't have a real future team here, and you can get a lot of future picks for what you could build right now for that. So do you think they should consider trading Steph in the next year or two?
I mean, the only reason we even had this conversation is because we just seen Luka go to the Lakers.
Exactly.
Like when you see a generational talent, you hold that guy, you take care of that guy. And for some reason, Dallas was ready to get out of the Luka business, but the Golden State Warriors is proving that they're way more loyal than the Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah, and like my man Jason said, he said they're gonna never let Steph go. But the problem
they bet not.
Steph's 35.
He says all the right things, Frank.
Yeah, he does.
They say Luka had conditioning issues, became a diva, telling them what they want to do and whatnot. And that GM say, hold on, man, we not doing this. They say Mark Cuban would have never traded him because they would have
Mark
let
Cuban
him
was taking care of him. And when Mark Cuban left the day-to-day operations, now all of a sudden he's a problem. Mark Cuban has been taking care of this kid since he got there. And now that the billionaire is gone, these other men is like, yo, you're not gonna act like that around here. And he's like,
so you gotta go. You gotta go.
So they're stupid. The Dallas
and
Mavericks
I think Dallas got the best of that trade.
I'd say the same.
I completely disagree.
Yeah. You completely agree or disagree, Rodney? What you say?
I completely disagree. I mean, AD is a great player, but they didn't get the best of that trade. You know, because we don't know how many games AD gonna play before he get hurt.
Okay, well, since you brought up the Lakers and since we brought up Luka, let's look at this right now. The Lakers, we said this a couple days ago, Rodney Perry. We said the Lakers aren't done. They made a trade yesterday. They ended up actually, was it late last night? They got Mark Williams from Charlotte Hornets, 7'2", great wingspan.
I love this kid.
7'4". He's good. They ended up trading Dalton Knecht. I don't know.
Connect.
Whatever. They traded him.
Wow.
They got him off. The issue I had with this, I've been saying it, everything else, you got to get yourself a great center. But now you got yourself, the Lakers, now they got themselves a center. And now you got.
He just got to stay healthy. He's injury prone. He's got to stay healthy. When he's healthy, he's dope. When he's healthy, he's dope. But and that just goes back into AD. The Lakers are beastie when AD is healthy. So this young brother who is good has to stay healthy. He hasn't played in a lot of games.
All right, Duga, hold on. Let me finish RP.
I'm sorry. My bad.
It's okay. Do you think this could be the beginning of a big three in LA? Basically, that's what I was trying to get to. I'm trying to build to that because let's just say he can stay healthy. Let's just say it's given he can put it healthy. Do you think him with LeBron and Luka could do that thing and bring him back? Because right now, I ain't gonna lie, Rodney. Before they got him, I was a little suspect with the Lakers, but now that they got this kid right here, athletic, alley-oop prone. What's your thoughts, Rodney? I'm talking too much. What's your thoughts?
I mean, I love the kid. The kid is dynamic, and I think both he and Luka would benefit from being around the great LeBron James. I mean, we talking about a guy that would take care of his body for 25 years. You know what I mean? And that even we saw AD become a better steward of taking care of his body around LeBron. I think Luka gonna be walking around at 225. He's gonna look great. He's gonna feel great. His knees are not gonna hurt. He's gonna have a great time, and this kid's gonna benefit from it as well. All he gotta do, if he put on 20 pounds, he gets really beastie.
Yeah, he really does. Duga, you got the floor, bro. What you think on this? Is this gonna be the new big three coming out of LA? Is this gonna be something we can look forward to? Will Luka turn the corner? Speak on all of that.
I think me calling it a big three, I don't even think the league is about that anymore. It's I think if the plan goes well and LeBron is to be that mentor, if you get a chiseled Luka coming in, he's going to be unstoppable. The other kid is 23 years old. Luka's 25, soon to be 26. So you got that young kid who's going to grow for the next 10 years with that guy. But here's the thing. What they going to do with Reeves? Is Reeves going to stay? Or are they going to try to get something else for him? because he's
question.
valuable.
Good question. Good question. All right. Well,
You don't really need him right now.
All right. Well, somebody talked about this Connect kid because this Connect kid seemed like he was the future of the Lakers too. Like neither one of you.
He's a rookie.
I don't think he was the future. I don't think he was the future.
Okay.
I'll take Reeves over him any day.
Okay. What about you, RP?
I like Dalton Connect, man. The kid's a knockdown shooter,
Right.
and they were looking for shooters when they got him. And he was a rookie, and he's having a great rookie season. But at the same time, you know, if you can get Luka, get Luka. If you can compliment Luka with a center, all of us said last week, all they need is a center, and they got it now. You do what you got to do. Now, the conversation on the Lakers chat boards is like, did they give up too much for this young kid? And so I don't think so. Somebody got to go, and I think they're still ready to go into the future. And it's not going to be a big 3 yet. It'll be a big 2 going forward with Luka and him.
All right, D.
This is what I would do. This is what I would do if I was Golden State. I would try to use somebody on the squad and get Hachimura. I like Hachimura. That dude can ball. And I think he would work in Golden State's system.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he would. He would.
Do you trade a Green or a Kuminga and a Moody and a draft pick for Hachimura?
Not to the Lakers. Not in your same on the West Coast.
Yeah, not in the same conference.
Draymond is not going to be a factor, is what I'm trying to say, because he works fantastic in the Warriors system. I don't know if he's going to work that well in anyone else's system. So you getting rid of that contract, them old legs, and you getting a young cat that you can have to build with this new building of Golden State, which Steph is going to be a part of for the next 3 seasons.
For those of you sitting at home and not understanding what Daniel Dugar is saying, he's saying the system whereas the center or the power forward becomes the facilitator of the basketball. So when Draymond comes up to the top of the key and he's passing to the right or to the left, whichever way he's getting that offense started. And you're absolutely right, D. If he goes to another system, it's not like that. It won't work. It definitely won't work. But my question to Rodney Perry is, or you do the first. Let me before I throw it to Rodney Perry. Is the Lakers done? Are the Lakers done with what they're doing right now? Because
I don't think the Lakers are done. That's the Lakers, man. They ain't gonna never be done. But JB can facilitate just like Draymond.
JB who?
Butler.
Uh-huh.
He's a 6'8" facilitator also.
Yeah, he is.
That's a dog. That's a dog. I don't think the Lakers are done. I don't think Golden State is done. I wouldn't be surprised in an offseason if somebody leaves the Clippers and the Warriors start having conversations.
All right, so RP, in your estimation, being that you're a huge Lakers fan, Rodney Perry, do you think that the Lakers are done? And if you don't think they're done, who do you see them adding to? Because I'm gonna float this out there too. And you all, and it's me and my Pelican brief because I got a Pelican brief all the time. And I hope you all consider this. Marcus Smart got moved today, right? When Marcus Smart got moved, he was not happy. Marcus Smart, let me throw it up here. Let me figure out. I'll be able to tell you exactly where he got moved today. But I see Marcus Smart landing on the Lakers because the Lakers want to get back that defense, and he can hit some threes every now and then, but he brings that defense orientated and that obviously that leadership to the locker room that the Lakers are missing. And I think Marcus Smart could be the addition that the Lakers might be looking into. Go ahead, Roddy. What you think?
That's a good look. That's a good look because he ain't gonna stay with the Wizards.
Right. He got traded to the Wizards.
He went to the Wizards. He's not gonna stay there. He's not gonna stay there. He's not gonna stay there.
Hold on, D. Let Rodney Perry answer that. Go ahead, Rodney. You got the floor.
I mean, I'm not mad at that as a concept. I mean, I wouldn't go out my way to get no damn Marcus Smart, but at the same time, he's a tough kid. He's a tough guy. He brings a level of toughness to a team. He's a defensive specialist, and with the addition of Luka, you lose some defense. Right. You lose a defensive dog.
Right.
So, but you also pick up another 25 points. So, 8 in one hand, have 6 in one hand, half a dozen in another. So, would that be a good look? Are the Lakers done? No. And is Marcus Smart that guy? I don't think so.
Well, Marcus Smart got traded to the Wizards. He has the option to buy out his contract. If he buys out his contract and he does that, everything else, he can land on almost any team that he wants. But you got to look for a team. In my opinion, you got to look for a team that lost it, all these trades, that lost defense, that needs to add defense. And I think the Lakers would be a perfect fit, which would be horrible for me. I'd hate that.
I think the Dallas Mavericks or the San Antonio Spurs would be a great fit too.
Well, Dallas Mavericks got better already defensively. They already got better. They already set on defense. And San Antonio Spurs, by adding De'Aaron Fox and everything else, they got better defensively too. Because De'Aaron Fox is a dog when it comes to defense too. That's why I threw out Marcus Smart, because in my opinion, it's really tough to say where a person would go, like where you mostly need it so you don't bounce around again. You know what I'm saying, D? Where you go again, you don't bounce around. That's why I'm throwing out the Lakers. It could be anybody, but if
you know what? That's a tough one, man. Where he's going to end up. I've never known De'Aaron Fox to be such an elite defensive player because I've seen Steph cook him so many times.
He's top 15.
I don't know, man. I don't know where he's going to go. He might. There's no telling. I know wherever he goes, he's not going to be a starter. He's going to be that defensive guy coming off the bench.
Right.
That's why I said San Antonio. He can be a good backup for De'Aaron. And Dallas, he can be a good backup for Kyrie. Because Kyrie's not a defensive specialist at all.
All right. So
that's my thought.
Rodney Perry. Here's another trade that happened that is floating under the radar that a lot of people aren't talking about, but I think is really going to be really, really huge. The Atlanta Hawks trading DeAndre Hunter to the Cleveland Cavaliers for Karis LeVert, George Niang, and picks. Now, the reason why I think this is huge is because the Cleveland Cavaliers, when they lost the other night to the Celtics, they really needed a wing. They needed a lengthy wing. They ended up getting a lengthy wing, somebody who got length, who could score on the wing, who's a power move, who's basically he's in the same street. He's on the same street as like a Jason Tatum. I'm not saying he's Jason Tatum exactly, but he's got the length, he got the moves, everything, and that's what Cleveland was missing. And now Cleveland added that. In my opinion, I see something happening here. Do you think Cleveland made that move and can make them get to the finals, or what's your thoughts on that? You think they need to do some more?
I mean, Cleveland is really shaping up to be the best team in the East, and any positive move is a great move, and this is a good move for them. Like you said, it gives them that length they've been looking for, and they've been playing great basketball, and so the only thing better they could have got maybe is got LeBron, but he ain't ready. He ain't coming there yet.
Yeah, I think you're right with that part. So, D, do you like the moves that Cleveland is doing too? Because you know what?
I agree with it. I agree with everything Rodney said. I mean, yeah, I agree with everything he said. Ain't no need for me to even touch on that because he covered it.
My man, Mr. Lance Wood, has joined the building. Lance, how you doing, bro? How's everything?
Hey, man, everything is great. As you can
Young
see,
Lance, look like he getting his.
He's back in jail again, huh?
You know
over
what I
there
mean?
getting a perm? Is that R. Kelly behind you?
Hey,
Yeah,
man,
Brandon, what's going
I
on?
see nobody else on this show right now has to deal with what I got to deal with.
Which is?
Getting hairs twisted and braided.
I do get my lady twist my pubics.
I see bald heads and top hats.
Oh, Rodney Perry. I'll believe that alone. I'll believe that alone. All right, Lance, man, we talking about Golden State. We talking about the Jimmy Butler trade. We talking about moves that's happening and everything else. Since you late to the party, I'm going to throw this out to you, man. What's your take on this Jimmy Butler trade, man? How you feeling like that? Because you love them too, man. You Golden State Warrior fan too. Actually, you're a Sacramento King fan.
Yeah. Don't be saying that out loud. You're gonna have people looking for me if you say I'm a Warriors fan. They're gonna have questions, man.
I apologize.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? She almost cut my hair off when you said that.
Hey, she as long as she got that black gel, you should be fine.
You good. What's your take on the trade, bro? What you think?
I think if they don't win the NBA championship, they for sure gonna win the WWE Tag Team Championship with Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green. They got to take them hard pills with the soft middles.
Yeah.
The team therapist is gonna get overtime.
Yeah, I think definitely for sure that. I do got. Let me throw it out to you, man. The next move, obviously, we talked about that. I think you missed, man. Is we talked about that the Chris Middleton got traded to the Washington Wizards for Kyle Kuzma. Word is on the NBA boards is that Chris Middleton wasn't happy for the trade because he doesn't want to go up to obviously the black hole everybody's talking about, the Washington Wizards. He might be a buyout too. So where you see him landing if he doesn't stay, Chris Middleton, if he doesn't stay, there with Washington, where you see Chris Middleton landing?
San Antonio.
I like that. Can you expound on that, bro?
He got something to prove, and he wasn't going to get it proven in Milwaukee because he wasn't healthy when Dame came over there. So you really never saw that big three really get down. But San Antonio is making a move to let everybody know they're going to be a problem. And I think, I think San Antonio will be a good fit for him.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Rodney Perry, what you think? You think Chris Middleton's going to stay in Washington, or you think he's going to do a buyout and land somewhere else?
I mean, Chris Middleton, man, I don't. So what? I mean, I don't like the guy. I never been a fan. He's not box office, and you know what? Chris Middleton can go and assist this lady twisting down my brother's hair.
Man, what you think about that, bro?
I mean, the problem with Chris Middleton is his hairline. Speaking of hair, I'm gonna tell you who happy about this trade. His barber in Milwaukee.
Yeah. He got to do it no more.
Lance is crazy. Lance is crazy. All right, well, look,
Chris Middleton just made Lance go off.
He sure did. D, here's another trade that everybody's looking at and not talking about also. They got a whole bunch of these little trades, but I think it's a seismic trade coming that will be down the line. If we didn't see it now, we might see it in the summer. Brandon Ingram got traded. Brandon Ingram ended up getting traded from the New Orleans Pelicans to the Toronto Raptors for Bruce Brown and Kelly Olynyk. Now, my thing is New Orleans now trying to get rid of some contract right now, peeling some contract because you know who Zion's getting ready to come back and get ready to hit him over the head with that, wanting that extension and everything. And we all know he ain't ready. He can't be getting that. He can't get that extension like that. So does New Orleans now, since they traded Brandon, do you think they're going to trade Zion? What's your take on that, G?
Zion is in the best shape he's been in since he's been in the NBA.
Right.
And I still would not max him out. Ingram going to Toronto, is he going to get lost in that market? He's still a baller. When he's healthy, he can go. Yeah. He can go. I would have loved to see him go to another team instead of those guys. Honestly, I would have loved to see him come to Golden State. But I wouldn't be surprised if he gets traded or a buyout and he ends up back being a Laker. Because you got Hachimura, you got Reeves, you got cats that you can actually move for him. He long, he lanky, and like I say, it's a positionless league now, so he can slide over there sometimes to that 3-4 and still pop because his wingspan is ridiculous.
You know what? I see him going, Rodney Perry. I'm gonna throw this out there for my Pelican brief. I see if Brandon Ingram ain't happy there, he does the buyout option and everything else. I wouldn't be mad at him if he went to Houston because those boys is running up and down the court, boy. Those boys is bomb.
They don't need nobody. Frank. All they need is maybe a big man. Don't mess up that nucleus. Don't mess that nucleus up.
But D, when you get down to the playoffs, you don't need 5 or 6 guys no more. You need 8 guys now to contend to make a run for a championship because teams like the Celtics.
Ingram would mess up that chemistry.
I don't know. I don't agree with that. But
I've been going to them games. He would mess up that culture in Houston.
Okay. Well, what about Cleveland? Because if you went to Cleveland, they'd be a problem too. Houston.
But Cleveland gonna have to give up too much.
Again, buyout, they might not have to. You know what I mean? But hold on, Rodney Perry, what you think about if Brandon Ingram, because it looks like me and Jason are saying right now, it looked like those boys could be cleaning house up down in New Orleans. You know what I mean? Getting rid of Zion.
No. They ain't cleaning house. People getting off a sinking ship. That
Right.
ship had a hole in it for a couple of years, right? Big boy eating too much. You can't get him. You can't keep him on the court. You know, Brandon Ingram is cold, like Dugar said. He cold.
Yeah.
And wherever he go, you don't want to see him get lost up in Toronto. But you know, I gotta get off this ship, man. I gotta get off this ship. Get me out of here, Cates. Get me out of here.
Where you want to see Brandon Ingram landing? Because the two places I think I got right now is
I mean, Lakers. I agree with Dugard. Maybe not Houston, but he can end up. He's such a what they call a jack of all trades. He can kind of end up anywhere and help any team.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Bulls gonna need that guy. The Bulls are gonna need him, a guy like him.
Yep.
And so I like Brandon Ingram. He reminds me of an old wino that can hoop real good that you've been hearing about. He's like a pickup legend. You know, he reminds me of those guys.
Memphis could use a guy like him.
Yeah, because
Memphis is a great call, Dugar.
Yeah.
Memphis is a great call. And so I like Brandon Ingram, though. He's just a cold hooper to me. He's a throwback guy to me. He reminds me of the old school hoopers. And and I think he just want to get off that ship with the big fella.
Like Jason said, Philly could use him too. If he went to Philly, Philly would do some damage because Philly needs that too. You know what I mean? Like he could buy out.
But this we're not talking about, Frank. Some of these organizations are bad.
Right.
Like I don't care how many good players end up in Houston. It's a bad place to be. It's bad. Houston is a bad place, a bad organization. It's other organizations is bad. Who else is a bad organization? Toronto.
But the culture has changed in Houston, though, man. Adoko got them boys on some other shit now. I went and watched them play. You know who they reminded me of? We all from that age. Remember Louisville back in the day in college? Yeah. With the McCray, Scooter, Rodney McCray, and all them cats. That's what that young Five Slammer Jammer Houston. That's what that team reminds me of.
You know, so you're saying the culture has changed there?
They reminded me.
The culture has changed, bruh. It's packed. It's like a college atmosphere now. The culture has changed.
It reminded me of, remember the Cleveland Cavaliers with Brad Daugherty and all them guys, the way they were young and nobody gave them. Yeah, that's what they reminded me of.
But they got dudes coming off the bench. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
and he got them dudes believing, just how he had Tatum and Brown and them believing in Boston. All of these guys have bought in to what he's teaching them, and he got them. Who scored the most points? Green is a beast, but you got so many other cats.
Right?
Can the coach stay focused down there in Houston? All them pretty girls.
He's staying focused, man. It's like he on another. It's kind of like he's gonna prove to everybody what happened in Boston happens all the time, but y'all made me the scapegoat. But watch what I do with these little young horses that I got in Houston. He got about 9 dudes down there that can go.
Not only that, he gonna get himself a championship in the next 3 years. Yeah, he gonna get
not in Houston.
Hey man,
I'll eat my hat before I see that.
No, he gonna get a championship in the next 3 years. Mark my
words.
Houston? In Houston, they're gonna get.
He'll get fired before that happens.
Nah, he won't. Because the reason why I'm saying it, just like what Dugar said, bro. Not those boys are balling.
Ronnie, if they get a center,
which they're going to get that. All right, let's talk about the Knicks.
They believe.
Let's talk about the Knicks, Dugar. What you think about the Knicks? Because the Knicks made it. They traded Jericho Sims to the Milwaukee Bucks, and they make little small moves. And we got to take a look. Like, are they going to be able to make a power move? Because they want right now the way they're built, they're not going to go as far in the playoffs as even though some of their fans think they are. But realistically speaking, the way they're built right now, they're not going to go as far as they did because they're not going to catch a lot of people by surprise. You know what I mean? They'll be able to get. They're going to get doubled up and everything else, and they lost some valuable players. They lost that big man who ended up going to OKC. That was huge for them as a loss. What do you think about the Knicks? What do you think the Knicks are right now and what they could do?
I don't even think about the Knicks.
That tells you right there. That's everything right there. See? That's right there. So, okay, I guess you didn't want to add
I mean,
any more.
I really don't. I really don't. I mean, I watch them. Yeah, they had a moments, but it's just something about the Knicks all the way back to Ewing and Houston and Bernard King and those guys. They're like that comic that everybody respects because you got a resume, but we ain't gonna let you close out the big shows.
Rodney Perry, you want to throw down on that? You want to talk about the Knicks? What you think about the Knicks and that?
I like the point guard out there. You know, it looked like they were on track, but every time they get on track, they fall off track. It's something that should be something to be said about being in a big market with an okay team, and they're just okay. They're just okay, and they got less than they were. Like with this last move, to me they lose some ground. Like I don't know what their management doing out there. The guy, I don't know what their management is doing, but I don't like it. If I'm a Knicks fan, I'm upset right now.
All right, so Dugar, if you are a Dallas Mavericks fan, what's your thoughts on them getting Caleb Martin? Because right now, I think that Caleb Martin and that Klay Thompson, and then you got Kyrie, and you got a couple of other, obviously they got the two centers, and we already know that they got AD now back to the four and everything else. But people aren't talking about that because we all know Caleb Martin was that great shooting presence that the Sixers had too. What's your thoughts on that? Caleb Martin now going to Dallas.
Let me tell you something, man. Knowing Jason Kidd personally since he was in the 8th grade, watch what Dallas do. Dallas got the best of that trade, and Dallas is going deep into the playoffs, and they trying to win this year.
See, they got
pieces, man. They got pieces over there.
Yeah, they do.
Just like Houston, but they got the big men that Houston don't have, and they got the big men that OKC don't have.
Well, OKC got Chet Holmgren, and Chet Holmgren he's coming back on Friday. So Chet they're gonna do something too. So it's gonna be interesting to see what OKC does too. What you think about Caleb Martin, shooter, Celtics killer? Miami Heat used to kill him from the Miami Heat, now killed him for the Sixers. What do you think about Caleb Martin going to the Dallas Mavericks? Because Dallas was hoping that they were going to get that with Klay. Now they got Klay and Caleb Martin shooting on.
They got to figure out a way to offset losing Luka's points, and so you lose a 34 point average scorer. You looking to add some points, and so you hope the other Splash Brothers gonna come into his own, and you hope the guy's gonna just carry his weight. If he get 20, if he average 20 a game, that's good for them. And so he don't have to come out there and be Luka, but he can be a half of Luka, and that'll be a good day for them.
So Dugar, what do you think
can they make up? Can they make up for Luka's scoring with defense?
Yeah, they could. But D,
you hoping you get that out of AD. You hoping he becomes a rim protector for you. I mean, that's a great question. I think you hoping AD becomes that rim protector, but what you don't know is how many games AD go. I mean, AD is always on a banana peel. So AD could more get out the tub this morning and then blow out his damn his Achilles.
Yeah, well, let's not forget Kyrie.
And you're absolutely right, and that's how I feel about the young kid that the Lakers just got. Also, the young center. I feel the same way about him too.
Yeah, but let's not forget.
Yeah, but he ain't no AD yet either.
Let's not forget, guys. You guys keep over talking. You're not forgetting. Kyrie is a facilitator too, bro. He's a much better facilitator. He's not a ball hog. He will get these.
Dallas gonna be all right, man. I'm telling you, Dallas gonna be all right.
So D, what do you think is going to be the big move, big trade that we going to see this summer? Because we all know that Kevin Durant going to get traded. We know that's going to be, but people are expecting that. But since now owners feel empowered, do you see another big trade happening before this? The summertime's happening in this next season? Because
for summer, the big trade for the summer, but ain't really trip. But they gonna say, "Wow, that just happened." It's gonna be Draymond Green.
Yeah,
Draymond Green will be traded this summer.
If Draymond get out of there, does the KD go there?
Yeah, that's a great question. Dude, got answer it. What you think?
I just looked at Rodney's brim like, damn, that's a nice ass brim. Yes, yes, yes. I think you're right. I think that'll be the perfect opportunity. Yes, for him. If you got KD, Butler, and Steph together, that's a problem.
Yeah, my man Anthony from on YouTube said if Draymond wasn't there, KD would have went back already, and I think we all agree with that. I think Draymond's the reason why he didn't go back. You know what I mean? I think that's the thing. All right, but Rodney, what you think is going to be the big trade of the summer? Because you know me and my Pelican briefs. I got a Pelican brief.
I'm just gonna.
Well, I ain't hear you. What you say?
Try to call me. I'm gonna say it. KD to the Lakers, man. I think.
Who?
Kevin Durant to the Lakers.
Kevin Durant to the Lake. Okay, that's it.
I don't put that past. I don't put that past.
All right, and listen to me. These guys played the Olympics this last summer, and they, it's a lot of relationships formed over that time that guys are willing to make these super squads. And I think if you get generational talent in Luka, LeBron, and KD on the same team, talk about a big three.
Yeah, that'll probably be the biggest three we've ever seen.
Yeah, it could be. It could be. It could be.
And I don't put it past. I don't put it past that. I don't put that past it. I don't put it past it.
My Pelican brief is telling me I looked at the league, I looked around the league, and I said, who's gonna do a fire sale because they can't afford these maximum contracts that's getting ready to come out there and everything else. And what's his name? Lonzo Ball out of Charlotte Hornets. Is it Lonzo? What that ball kid? I never know his first name because they all Lonzo something.
Lonzo. Is it Lonzo?
Yeah, I'm gonna have White Chocolate or Kevin Lane look it up, and they posted it for me real fast. But that kid out of Charlotte, I think he's gonna get moved. I think because Charlotte's contracts are ballooning. You know what I mean? And I think since their contracts are ballooning better than they can handle, that I think they're gonna try to ship him this summer. That's my Pelican brief, and I think I don't know where he's gonna land, but I think thank you, Jason LaMelo. It's LaMelo. I think LaMelo Ball. Yeah. I think LaMelo Ball is going to be shipped. It'd be scary to where he lands, but I think he is going to be the one that land in Golden State with Steph. That's what I think.
LaMelo trying to trade families. He's trying to get out of that Ball family and go over to the Curry family.
Yeah, I think that's why I see him going to Golden State. I really see Golden State landing him because they're going to listen. Too many things.
Send Draymond out there and somebody else and snatch him. That's scary too.
Yeah, but again, you see where I'm going with this is because you're looking at teams that have major contracts that are ballooning and they can't afford it because the luxury tax is it goes up this year. The players everything's going up this year, and small market teams can't afford it. Like the small market team, the Indiana Pacers got. Like, how long can they keep that nucleus together? You know what I mean? The Pacers might have to peel away one or two of their players too. You know what I mean? You just look at it around that. That's why I think these bigger teams is going to be able to do something, and even the Celtics. I think in a year the Celtics going to have to get rid of Jaylen Brown. They're just going to have to because they can't afford him. You know what I mean? So I hate to say it because I don't want them to do that.
Well, that's when you got to go back because honestly, I'm gonna just keep it 100. You guys may not agree. The super contracts are really out of hand.
Agreed. Yeah.
I mean, when the bulk of the money goes to that player or those two players, because now you got all these. Okay, let's just say Frank and Lance are making $60 million a year each. Our salary cap is 180. They've already taken 120 of that, so that means we got 60 million to sign me, you, and the rest of the team. I think that's an unfair to the professional athletes in the league, and that these supermax contracts are fucking ridiculous. They've messed up the NFL quarterback position with this market value thing. So when you look at a supermax, because this person has these loyalty years with the team, he qualifies for a supermax. Hell no, fuck no. No, it's messed up the game. Just my opinion.
No, Rodney, you want to speak on that? Because
wait, one more, Frank. Rodney, that's like me bringing you overseas and I got 50,000, and there's 4 comedians, and I give all of us 12.5, but the other 2 comedians are open micers, but they've qualified to come on the tour. Nah, not it's not going to happen. I'm not going to give you 12.5 and give them 12.5 and give the other person 12.5 because you have the receipts. It's proven. You see what I'm saying? But still the same with those other players. If they can score, I'm not going to give you the bulk of the contract. I may give you a little more, but I'm not going to super max you. I'm not going to super max you because I gotta go the way Brady went. And my God, I can't even believe I'm saying this shit with New England Patriots, that he didn't have to take all of the money because he made his team better. He made his team better. With Larry Bird, I ain't got to take all of the money. Jordan was underpaid for years. But the thing is, when you take the bulk of the money, you mess the whole show up.
Yeah. Rodney Perry, you want to add on that?
I hear what you're saying. I completely disagree. I'm gonna tell you why. Because the ownership put all these stop gaps in place, and it seems like the players are benefiting when they are. The ownership is benefiting. The ownership is benefiting always. They take home all the money. They are the club owner. They are the chain of clubs. You know, are they sharing their revenue? No. Supermax is just a way to share the revenue. If it's a $1 billion organization, how do you not pay the guy? How do you not?
But you're paying them. You're paying them, Rodney. If you're the owner of your team, Rodney, if you're the owner of your team, you mean to tell me you're going to let a player come into your business that you finance?
You went in and out. You went out, Dugar. You went in and out. Say that again. Dugar, you're spotty. You can't.
Who I am? Me?
Yeah. Going in and out. Yes. You say that one more time.
Me?
Yes. You say it again.
Can you hear me now? Now?
Yep.
It's like, how can you let a player come in and basically conduct and control your payroll?
Look, I hear what you're saying, but your argument about Michael Jordan is why these players exist now. I mean, they underpaid this man for years, and he's highly regarded as the best player we've ever seen in our lives. And they still didn't pay him what he was worth. I mean, he had to get his money through endorsements and things of that nature. So I'm never going to side with ownership, you know.
Well,
because he honored his contract. At the time, Jordan
we all
honored
on that
his
contract.
contract.
Supermax is the thing now. So if I give you loyalty,
but
I come in as a rookie.
It's killing the game.
I'm Luka. I'm Luka. I come in as a rookie, and you fucking trade me and make me lose $100 million, man. Forget y'all, man. I'm never.
Not only that,
if I'm a player right now, I'm not being loyal to anybody.
But Rodney, I agree with you. I agree with you, Rodney. But what is it that we don't know that Luka was doing for them to do what they did?
It don't matter. He's still Luka.
It does matter. It does matter. It does matter. When you sign in a check, it does matter.
Charge or massage gate, Luka didn't do that.
We don't know what it is. He might have told the owner and the GM, "Fuck you guys, I'll do whatever I want." That's like a motherfucker coming on my military tour and dictating to me. Guess what? You ain't going.
Family.
Hey man, there's a lot of egos involved, and I get that, but I'm a fan of people getting their money, man, and you got to pay them.
I am too, but Rodney, what is enough? $345 million for a man who comes in overweight.
Come on, man.
He's still giving you 34 points a night, Frank. He's averaging 34.
But
you can't even get nobody else to go with that.
Hold on.
You can't get no other players to go with that to balance that out to a degree where they can bring some. You got to go get lower level players on them weak ass contracts because this dude is getting all the money.
$345 million. Rodney, when's enough? When's enough? Because
it's not enough. Pay the man. Are
Jimmy
you serious?
Rodney,
are y'all serious?
Jimmy Butler's about to get $60 million.
He's already paid. It's inflated, bro. It's inflated. It's an inflated number. It's
No,
an
it's not.
inflated number.
They're not getting a fraction of what they should be getting.
Really?
I'm the
What's
Yes.
owner. I'm the
what's
owner. I'm the owner. That's my business.
All right, all
You
right.
don't
Well,
make
I'm just taking
shit.
care of my
You don't
business.
make. You
My
don't make
business says you
nothing
owe
without my
me, pay me,
business.
dog.
what's enough, Rodney? What's enough? How
It
much?
ain't never enough. Pay me. We talking about contracts. This
Yeah.
is the deal. We signed a collective bargaining agreement. We did the deal, and now it's time to pay the deal. Now you don't want to pay the deal? Get the hell out of my face, man.
You,
Okay.
you, look. You will never be bigger than my business. You
Well,
will
don't make the
never be
deal,
bigger
owner.
than.
Don't make the
You
deal,
will
then,
never
owner.
be bigger. You will never be bigger than my team.
Oh
It's
no,
one
no.
of you.
I think ownership is definitely looking at it like that. I think ownership is
Yeah.
definitely looking at it like that, and they made a stupid move with Luka, getting him out of Dallas because of their egos.
But Dallas
They
got better,
sent them.
Rodney.
They
They
sent the
didn't get
message
better.
across the.
We
They
don't know if
sent
they
the
got better
message
yet. You
across
won't know
the.
that for another year.
They sent the
We won't
message
know if
across the
we
entire
won't know
NBA.
if this was a good trade for a year.
Okay. We'll find
Frank,
out.
they sent the message across the NBA to every player out there that thinks he's untouchable that this supermax shit and this inflated number we be giving y'all, that shit's about to shut down.
It has to, in order for your business to survive. It has to. You can't. You're only gonna make so much money. Like there's a cap. There's a cap right here. Like
No.
Steve said in the background, the Celtics have two. The Celtics have two supermax contracts right now. They got to deal with, and it's hard for the Celtics to be sold because they got two supermax contracts. That's one of their biggest issues right now, and is holding them back for a selling point because they ain't got one. They got to deal with two. So when you have a contract that's supermax, everything else, you can do what Dallas did and say, you know what, we got to get rid of this dude because he didn't, he's doing this and this, and spread out the money for the team. Or you could get one supermax contract and your team not make it to the finals and win. You got to figure this out. You got to figure. But
And in 4 years,
one player
and
gets
in 4 years, Boston will have to pay a fucking $1 billion for two players.
They will. If they keep it that way, but they're not going to. They
right.
Because they see
right. They're not. The owners are shutting it down. The owners are saying we're going back to the table and we're going to squash this ridiculousness of these supermax contracts. How is the guy going to get paid?
This is my fundamental disagreement, guys. And I'm gonna leave it at this. It's my fundamental disagreement. I'm pro working man. Now it's hard for us as regular guys to fathom a guy getting $300 million, but you're looking at an ownership that's walking out with billions and billions of dollars. So it's relative. It's relative. It's not that much money. It feels like a lot to us, but it's not that much money in the grand scheme of things. When there's billions of dollars on the table, endorsements, name and likeness, all this stuff on the table, it's just when your business, they're not going to the poorhouse, gentlemen. They're not.
You know what you're doing, Rodney?
When you start a business, you start a business to make money. When you start a business, you start business
That's
to
what I'm
make
telling
money.
you. They're making money. The NBA is making money.
And so are the players. And so
you put a cap on what I can make?
So
you trying to tell me what I have to pay you in my business that could ruin my business?
We made a deal, Dugar. We made a deal. I signed a contract. You signed a contract. We made a deal.
Every 4 years we renegotiate. Every 4 years.
All right, we made
and
a
then
deal,
that
bro.
option into that fifth year.
We made a deal. You the owner. I'm the player. We made a deal, and now it's time to pay the deal. You don't want to pay the deal?
Yeah, but you're counting my money, Rodney. You count my money. I'm the owner.
No, I'm not. I just want my deal. I just want my deal. That's all I want.
But you're getting it. You're getting it.
Luka didn't get it. They got rid of Luka under his deal.
No, they got.
That's why I said to you respectfully, brother. What is it that we don't know that caused them to say, Luka, enough is enough? If you're a disgruntled employee, why the fuck am I paying you? Because you disrupted my goddamn workforce.
See, Jason agrees with Rodney too, because both of y'all, Jason and Rodney Perry, you're looking at the owners and saying, hey, they got this much money, but you are looking at, well, to me, you're looking at it from the wrong perspective. You don't look at how much money I have. You look at what I'm paying you. If you hit these checkpoints,
he hit all the bench points. He hit all the bench points.
But he did not hit all the bench points. He did not. He hit all the bench points on the saying
That's that Chicago gangster coming out of Rodney. I ain't seen that before.
How did he not hit the bench points? How did he? We talking about Luka. How did he not hit the bench point?
Came in too many times overweight, missed too many meetings. Obviously, not checking up.
We talking about practice? You talking about practice?
I'm talking about personal.
You talking about practice? Are you serious?
I'm talking about the way
look. These owners been bullying players for years. They're bullies. They're bullies, and they're billionaires. They don't want to acquiesce to a player. They don't want these guys to run the league. But guess what?
How you look at it, it's
you made a deal. Right, just honor the deal, man. Honor the deal. You already as a player, you already at a disadvantage. You're negotiating with a guy that's got all the purse strings. You're already at a disadvantage. So you make a good deal. You make a good deal, and then at the end of the day, they go, "Oh, we don't want to pay that no more."
Enough.
Come on,
if you let the players run the league with that type of structure and that type of attitude,
it's already in place, D.
Because it won't have any money. The players get paid because of the owners, the people who started the business.
Like you guys are talking about the cap. Y'all talking about the cap, right? You talking about all that's put in place by the ownership.
No, it's not. That was put in place.
It is. No. You're negotiating with a guy that's got all the money. You are already at a disadvantage, Frank.
The cap is set by the Players Association in agreement with the ownership together because they can only make so much. They got to spread the money out.
You cannot negotiate with a person that's in better position than you.
That's the owner's always in a better position than them.
Exactly. So when the players make a good deal, like this Supermax deal,
be, Rodney.
They still don't want to pay it. They just don't want to pay the deal.
Rodney, if I worked for Rodney Perry and I came in and said, "Hey man, I don't like the money you paying me. You need to pay me more."
If we made
you gonna say, "Motherfucker, this is my business."
If we
gonna say, "This is my business." How you gonna come in my office and tell me what I gonna pay you?
I'm not gonna make the deal.
Come on, man.
Dugar, I'm not gonna make the deal if I can't pay it. We're talking these guys are making billions and billions of dollars. Billions and billions of dollars. Not millions, billions. The NFL is the biggest league in the world. And now they don't want to pay the people that people are paying to see. That's absurd to me.
Okay. You're wrong on some levels, and you're right.
I'm not wrong at all, but I respect your opinion.
No, I'm only going to say I respect everything you said too, right? I don't disagree. The only thing I'm saying to you is I think you're looking at it from a different perspective, as in, looking at it from the players.
It's just a deal. We made a deal.
That's all I'm saying.
We made a deal.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
They did make a deal, and honestly, the Dallas Mavericks agreed to it. They agreed to the deal. They agreed to it, and everything else. They liked it, but what they didn't like was there's something going on behind the scenes with them to give up a man who's bringing in a lot.
We don't have no idea. The same thing happened with the boy out in Houston, the football player, right? Deshaun Watson. Same thing happened out there. When ownership decides that they don't like you no more, they'll demonize you, make you a villain in the press, and then they try to take his money.
Franchise by getting sexual assault accusations on him.
We don't know. We still don't know if none of that was real.
Yeah,
none of that came out. None of it ever came out, dude. It was all fabricated.
So you're saying
this is my motto on the cruise ship. Check this out. This is listening to what you're saying, and I respect what you're saying. I just don't agree with all that you're saying. This is my motto on the cruise ship. In my contract, if you fuck a guest, you fired. If a guest come to your cabin and you go to their cabin, you fired. So my defense mechanism is to Deshaun Watson is when you know it's there, why do you put yourself around it? Massage parlors. So my defense mechanism on the ship when they trying to throw the pussy at me, and it's not even a real one, but I make believe it in my mind, just like Jordan will make believe a grudge towards a team to go get them, is who sent you? Who sent you? All I said was, "Hello, young lady," but now you trying to come to my cabin. Who sent you? That keeps me out of the trenches of where I shouldn't be. Deshaun being in massage parlors, there's going to be accusations, false truth. We don't really know. But why put yourself in that fucking valley when this shit can happen?
And on that note, we got to get ready to wrap up the show, y'all, because the show's called Box Seats. We have these
Hey.
great conversations. Daniel Dugas on the ship. Daniel, where you at right now? I know you're on the water. Where you at right now? Are you in the Caribbean or something? Where you at?
I just left Nassau, headed back to New Orleans for Super Bowl Sunday. Them people get off, some new people get on. Then I sail back with them to Honduras.
Okay, Rodney Perry.
Then I go home.
Rodney Perry, how do we follow you, Rodney? Where you at this weekend?
I'm easy to find. Rodney Perry live on all social media. I'll be at the Uptown
On
Comedy
the
Corner
13th.
this weekend, starting tomorrow.
Well, thank you both for joining the show, man. I greatly appreciate it. You guys taking the time out. I got to thank Lance Woods for getting his hair done. He had to jump in for a real hot second. The show's called Box Seats. We have these interesting conversations all the time. Make sure y'all check us out Monday through Friday, 5 to 6 p.m. And if you miss it, we're on all social media platforms. You can check out the replay. We even on Spotify. Thanks to Renee, Jason, my honey, listening, Teresa, Sheila, who else is on YouTube? Anthony on YouTube. I'm just thank to everybody out there who watched and tuned in and who chimed in, man. I greatly appreciate those chiming in there and on Instagram. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for watching. See y'all tomorrow. Peace. Thanks, Rodney.